All right, let's head straight to the markets now. We've heard announcements by major Nigerian banks. They're set to pay out a combined 379 billion naira. That's in dividends to investors. We see Axis Banks looking at 63 billion. We see Fidelity, 19 billion. GTCO looking at 79 billion. Stanbic, 28 billion. And all of that coming up to 379 billion. That's what the shareholders are going to get right there. And this is coming at a time where we're seeing a recapitalization exercise. Well, joining us now is Mr. Mukhtar Mohammed, CEO Finance with Mukhtar, joining me via Zoom. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you always, Ladi.
Fantastic. So we're seeing the banks, huge payouts there, and this is a time where they need fresh cash, to raise money for that recap process. Why do you think the banks are paying big dividends regardless?
Well, the banks have did good profits over the year. They are not really those dividend payouts will not affect their recapitalization. Not to forget that the retail earnings of the bank, which is the earning per share that some of these dividends are paid from, are not part of the recapitalization process. So those earnings are still there. And so what will happen is that a lot of these banks going forward will still be able to pay, because you're looking at some banks with an earning per share of about 17 naira, some with 22 naira, and so they're just paying a fraction. It's really a fraction. Some are paying less than less percentage of the fraction of their retained earnings. And when you look at those things, sometimes you just begin to wonder that at a point the capital base of the bank was 25 billion, and today we have a company like Zenith Bank paying 109 billion in terms of dividend payout, and 63 billion from assets. So it tells you how far the Nigerian banks have gone thus far. So for me, I'm excited about it, and it's an opportunity for other investors to begin to look at how to begin to get cash, because in an economy like this, when your economy is going through a lot of microeconomic headwinds, cash become kings.
Yeah, cash is king, definitely. But, talking about that banking counter this time, we're seeing the banking index is down a lot in 2024. It used to be about over 1,000 index points. We're now seeing about 700 index points. Talk to me about where you see the bottom, for that banking counter, and where you see buying opportunity.
I think there's a lot of buying opportunity, Ladi, now. Bottom, you won't know until at the end of today. We'll know whether the CBN is going to extend that procedure for them to submit their recapitalization plan. That has been what have affected the bank thus far, because a lot of these banks are coming to the market. Most investors don't know how much they are coming to the market. Are they at the premium at the moment, or is it on high? Will it still go low? I think those are the challenges. That's why you saw those numbers come down. But when you look at results that have come from one of the banks, IBTC, Stanbic IBTC holding, then you also still a little bit optimistic that when those numbers begin to roll out, the banks will begin, they will see the upside. So I think buying opportunities are still there, especially for a stock like UBA. Dividend payout still holding, not yet paid. Registrar, the register is not yet closed. So a lot of investors are reinvesting most of their dividend from assets, from assets, especially into UB and others. So definitely there's still a lot of opportunity in the banking sector. And like I said, again, Fidelity is also there. So good numbers, one bank to watch out for going forward in the near future. And you mustn't forget it, Tier 1 banks always up there in terms of dividend payout, capital appreciations. Like I always say, if not because the CBN is saying they shouldn't use their retained earning, almost 90% of the bank would have will stay through the recapitalization. So this recapitalization is injection of new funds so that they will do a high ticketing deal, especially when we are going to an economy that wants to be a $1 trillion economy. So it's good for the banks. And again, I keep saying that this recapitalization is towards bringing in investors, especially international investors, with their FX into the market, so that also will contribute in the stabilization of the market, of the FX market. But again, like I said, it's still a long way to go, 2 years from now. But I don't think most banks will want to wait till 2 years before they recapitalize. Hopefully, I see some of these banks doing it before the end of of their next financial year.
Right.
And we might also see those numbers coming in. So still a lot of opportunity for investors. The fear from most investors is the dilution of their shares when these other initial public offer or right issues are injected back into the share capital. But I don't think it's any cause to worry, because Nigerian banks are always genius and they are still very profitable. So going forward, it's still exciting time for the banking sector.
Yeah, I know for, some markets that are on a downtrend, it's definitely hard, to find that bottom, definitely, because at the same time, you're afraid of catching a falling knife. But let's talk about another issue quickly. Now, we see about 15 firms have delisted from the NGX between 2021 and 2023. What do you make of these delistings?
Well, delisting, sometimes some of them delist and then go to the other side of the NGS. And like Mobi did that, and others. But again, it's not good for the market, especially when you look at some of these companies that are delisted. Sometimes they delist when it seems that everything is going to go better for them going forward, and they just begin to delist. One of those names I'm hearing now that is saying, oh, we will soon be delisting is MRS. And I remember MRS just signed a contract with Dangote to be one of the sole lifter marketing arm of Dangote refinery in terms of sale of diesel. So this is supposed to excite investors and see this stock appreciate, and investors begin to earn a lot of dividends from that. But I think the NGS need to do a lot. The Security and Exchange Commission really need to do a lot so that investors are not always subcharged when it comes. And I like what they did in one of the delisting company, where they said no, what they are paying investors is not commensurate to what investors have been doing thus far. So I'm excited about it.
Right.
If the delistment, I'm not excited about the delistment. It's not good for us, especially when a sector like the petroleum sector, which we've been craving to be part of the capital market, and one of the players delisting, is not good for us at all.
Right. Well, we'll keep tracking that. Thank you so much. Always great to have your perspective, Mukhtar Mohammed, CEO, Finance with Mukhtar. Thank you.
Thank you, Ladi, for having me.
All right, that's it from me on Business Morning. We'll track more market reactions later on Business Incorporated. That's by 1 p.m. I'm Ladi Williams. I hand things over now to the Sunrise Daily team.